my supervisor in high school co-op. I wanted to be a nurse, and they put me into a long-term care place in the activities department. And I remember feeling very frustrated. They don't listen to me, kind of thing. I knew what I wanted to do, and then I went into like I said, the activities, and I fell in love. Yes, if you know me, I'm, jokey and that sort of thing and make people smile. And I do. I love that, absolutely. But there was more to it. And it is all thanks to Julie. She taught me about the quality of life and how the residents are assessed based on their social, emotional, physical, spiritual. Did I say emotional? Yeah. Emotional, social, intellectual, ironically, physical, yes. And the other one was spiritual. And within 24 hours, you assess them based on what their needs are, and then you provide programs based on those needs. How can you do that, you ask? Well, that's the thing, is when you're running programs, it's not just running programs. You're not just like a bingo lady, but it's also seen as a therapy. And now they call it a therapeutic rec. Yeah, bet they are. So you run a program, and then based on who comes to your program, whether it be 5 or 15 or 25 or 65, whatever it is, you learn how to customize each thing so everybody, excels. Everybody has the best experience. So, for example, I remember doing like a painting program, and you have to know that Mary likes, she needs a big brush because she paints very slowly, but she loves it. And then somebody else, just say Bob paints very Bob Ross like. So you'd give him like a little tiny paintbrush. I guess my point is that the whole thing about doing activities in long-term care was about making lives better, making lives brighter. It's all about quality of life. And it was wonderful with Julie. I remember as years went by, so after high school, I went to college for activation coordinator at George Brown College. And I remember Julie walking around the building with me. I'd go back and visit, and she'd be like, "Look, everybody, this is my student who I had, and she's gone off to college, and she's going to be an activation coordinator, the same program that I took." I loved it. So, I would go back to Unionville Home Society, and I would go there and work for like a summer and then go back again. And I ended up going to university. I went to McMaster University in Hamilton for gerontology. That is the study of aging. And once again, I'd go back to visit, and Julie would just proudly, "Oh, she's a gerontologist." No, Jules, I'm not a gerontologist. But yeah, whatever, I have my degree for that. And the ultimate honor that I've ever experienced. It's funny, years after when I graduated from college university, I stayed in contact with my college professor, and I went back because I actually I was promoted to the documentation coordinator and then the quality improvement coordinator. What? And I loved it. It was amazing. So I would go back to her class, to the college to where I graduated from, and I would speak to the students about it and what the opportunities are, what you can do with your education moving forward. Fast forward to a few years after that, and life happened. I had a brain tumor, and something incredible happened. I was asked to be the keynote speaker for the Activity Professionals of Ontario. This was in front of hundreds, I don't know. It was like hundreds of people. And wow, of course, public speaking had me concerned, but at the same time, I knew for a fact that there was no way that I could possibly turn down this opportunity, my ultimate passion. And I was asked to be the keynote. As per life happened, I ended up having to have treatment. I had to have radiation. It was like 4 years after the surgery. And I always joke that I'm kind of disappointed that I don't glow in the dark. Ha ha ha. After all that. But anyways, who came to the rescue? But I joined Toastmasters, Markham Toastmasters, and they were absolutely incredible. Toastmasters, I heard about that they're a public speaking platform, and they help with feedback, and they help you become stronger in your public speaking. Making eye contact, body language, all that stuff. I'm just so grateful. So sure enough, like I said about the radiation stuff, that was a surprise. What was it like? It was something wild, like a couple of months, or gosh, maybe even maybe it was like a few days or something. I don't know. The story is on my website. But anyways, like I was asked, oh, did you want to, understandable if you want to bow out of this opportunity. Absolutely not. So with a bald head, you bet your arse that I went there and I spoke, and it was the best in my entire life. Ever since that, I've been doing a lot of stuff, which once again, you'll see on my website, Standing Back Up. And it's all of the opportunities that either I created or I joined, and it helped me stand back up physically and emotionally. Incredible. So anyways, this message is a thank you to Julie Tandy-Robinson, who helped me realize what my passion was. And yes, it's at first it was making lives better for working with seniors in long-term care, and I love it. And I still, what if I see a senior, like a vulnerable senior, just very kind, and like I want one. Never mind kids. But anyways, but I realized that after all of these years, my passion continues. And it's not just about working with seniors in long-term care. It's more so about inspiring other people. So my website is www.inspiring2aspire.com. Moving forward, I'm just starting now, and it's been, 15 years since the brain tumor surgery, but I want to move away from that. I want to continue on what I'm doing, so check it out. Thank you.